Okay, recording. We are recording. Okay, welcome everyone to the Agricultural Commission meeting of May 20th, 2021. We are opening at 7:03. I have a little bit of a ditty I have to read for the COVID thing. I'm not sure how much longer this is going to stay because of the recent revelations by our governor. So the town of Lunenburg, in response to the COVID-19 coronavirus, is currently following guidance. Oh, there's Kira, I think, Pixel 4XL. The guidance from Lunenburg Board of Health. There she is. Excellent. Keep your eyes on the road. So currently following from the Lunenburg Board of Health, Massachusetts Department of Public Health, and the CDC regarding the virus and steps communities can take to prevent the spread, and all town facilities are not closed anymore. In accordance with the governor's order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, public meetings are being conducted remotely. So none of this really applies anymore officially as far as state regulation. But if you're watching and you're not part of the video, if you want to be, you can go to, from a computer, please use the link below, useless, or from a telephone, dial a toll-free number, 888-475-4499, and enter message ID 885-0337-8720. All right, so hopefully this is the last time we'll have to read that. So, and other towns are meeting in person that have been for months.
I've seen that, yeah.
So anyways, we've called the order. So our first thing is public comment, open discussion. Oh, let me also remind, I'll just repeat what we did before we started the recording. I made sure that everybody can hear and see except for Pixel 4XL, who I believe is Kira. And Kira is muted. Can you hear us?
Hi, I can hear you. I'm just driving.
Excellent. We can hear you too. Keep your eyes on the road. Thank you. All right.
People all over the place.
So, public comment, open discussion. All right. Well, I haven't. I have sent out that letter that we prepared back in August and then finalized in September. I sent it out. I almost immediately got a response from Andrea, the Board of Health Administrator, and she forwarded on. Well, I CC'd the chairman of the Board of Health, and apparently she needed to CC it to him, forward it to him. But she was the only response I got, and that was it. Just let me know. So hopefully that will generate some discussion. And I also in the message I offered if they wanted to have an agenda item, I would be happy to do my best to make an appearance, and hopefully I'll have something to report at the next meeting on the results of sending out that letter. And also follow up on other open discussion from our last meeting. We mentioned two instances of potential farm animal complaints in Lunenburg. And we also mentioned manure management. So, and I think that was one of the complaints. So I spent the last couple hours online. As far as I know, as far as I could find online, I didn't contact anybody, but there are no specific regulations affecting Lunenburg via the Neshoba Associated Boards of Health. However, I did find all kinds of stuff about agricultural composting program. It's Mass General 330 CMR 25. And then there was also Mass General Law, Chapter 111, Section 155, with licensing stables in towns and cities of population over 5,000 people. So in any town or city in the state of Massachusetts with over 5,000 population, the local Board of Health sets the fees and the regulations for the specific licensing of stables. I found in the Air Board of Health meeting minute from March 9th of last year, they apparently had updated their regulations and required licensing of farms or something. But again, that's the meeting minutes of Air Board of Health on March 9th of last year. Townsend, who is also a Neshoba Board of Health member, on their webpage, on their Board of Health town webpage, has a best management practices for manure management. I believe that was put together by this UNH or somebody in New Hampshire. And then Harvard Board of Health, who is also, I believe, membered in Neshoba. They actually have a 2021 stable permit application on their website, as well as how to for composting horse manure from UMass Extension. So in a couple hours, that was all I could find today. And hopefully I will follow up with our Board of Health and Neshoba Board of Health to see if there are in fact any regulations on the books. Because if there are, we should be aware of them so that we can pass them on. And it's almost embarrassing that at this point, I think I've been an appointed member of this commission for 3 years now, at least 2. Anyways, that's my update on our last discussion.
Cool.
All right, so if anybody, if nobody else has anything else.
Have we heard anything from those complaints? Have we heard are there any updates?
I haven't. Mary Ray knew about the one on Arbor Street and Stephanie knew about the one next to her.
I have not heard anything from the one on Arbor Street, so I'm assuming that it's resolved. And then the house did sell over that Stephanie was talking about. So I don't know where they're at over there.
Okay, so the house is sold, so there's new owners?
Correct, yep.
Nice. Be interesting to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
So
There
on
was a Facebook complaint about a rooster the other day that I think both me and Mary Ray were tagged in on the Lunenburg Facebook page.
Yeah, Kathy had commented saying that she was gonna go inspect it. It was just about a rooster. I think it was a rooster and maybe a hen or something being in too small of a cage, right?
With no housing or anything.
Yeah.
Or being locked in or something. I don't know. But I didn't comment or say anything because I didn't know what our role is.
Okay. It brings up an interesting point about Facebook and elected and appointed officials. If you get into a conversation on Facebook about something that could be on the agenda for any board or commission or committee or group, you're potentially looking at a open meeting law violation. But and that's all I'm going to say about that. Everybody that's appointed and elected is required to do the open meeting law certification, that they've read it, they've gone through all the materials, so you all know what I'm talking about. That's all. As far as representing any board or committee or commission on Facebook, I don't know what to say about that. You can say that you're on a group, but I certainly don't think you should speak for the group. And there's I think that's
Yeah, but
enough.
I mean, you could private message the poster and see what they're talking about. Personally, not public. But I
Certainly.
don't know. But like, who's in charge of that? Should we have sent them to you,
No, I'm just,
or do we take that upon ourselves?
no, I'm not at all coming down on you at all. I mean, Facebook is Facebook. It's a
Yeah.
totally different animal. I don't like it. I haven't been on there since January. But it is what it is. And I want to bring that up because it's come up, it's been an issue in other groups.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we haven't had that problem. So anyway, I wanted to mention that the last agenda, I had added farm complaints as an agenda item by itself so that we could hear them if they had come up in between meetings and we can discuss them. And because it's on the agenda, we can actually take a vote on something. And this agenda, I also added farmers market update. And I think it would be a good thing to have just as a general topic item, especially during our market season. And I'm thinking maybe I should move it up in front of the minutes approval, just so that if they are here and they want to say something and they need to go, that gives
the
that.
market update for tonight to read.
Oh, okay. Super. Well, it's going to fall in its own category tonight for the first time. Okay, so farm complaints. We kind of talked about that. We've heard of a new one about rooster, but that's not anything formal. Just Facebook discussion. The house sold, so that's one of them, and the Arbor Street thing seems to have gone away. And again, with the Arbor Street thing, I'm gonna have to follow up with some actual outreach to get some definitive answers from our local Lunenburg Board of Health and Neshoba Board of Health. As far as any regulations, any permit requirements, and farm visits, I think is still on our ongoing business. Farm inspections, yep. So I did the minutes, but I didn't send them out. And I only did them for the last meeting. I figured if I work backwards, that'll at least keep us kind of on schedule. And hopefully I can get them all done en masse soon. Really bad. So now farmers market update.
Let me pull it up 1 second.
Sure.
All right, this is from Shanina, and she said, as of May 20th, we have 15 vendors lined up for the market. Most are full-time while others are per diem. I have advertised in all cities or towns on Facebook, as well as other farming groups that are within the 45-mile radius. We are hoping that we get a few more before the market officially opens. I have been attending meetings held by the Mass Farmers Market and have been reviewing any and all material guidance and protocols that are currently in place. These are changing frequently and will most likely change 3 or 4 more times prior to June 13th. I've also been in contact with the Neshoba Board of Health to make sure I have everything in order to start on time. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. That's it.
Excellent. Okay, that's it. Sounds good. 15. Not as good as we did last year, but hey, we still got time. And
Yeah, it's still early.
exactly. All right. So on to our new business. First thing is reorganization, and I need to ask Jorge, did you get contacted about your reappointment?
Yes, I sent a letter to, I forgot her name, but I sent a letter about 3 weeks ago, an application again
To Elaine?
to Lane, yeah. And then she said it was approved, and then there's going to be a meeting on the 1st, I think. And that's it.
Okay, so my understanding was the select board met on the 18th, which is 2 days ago, to do reappointments. Have you heard anything in the last couple of days?
No.
Okay. Nor have I. So I think that since we haven't got official word from the select board, that we should table the reorganization until our next meeting. Anybody have a problem with that or disagree?
There's this mail from Eileen that says that reappointments are scheduled for Tuesday, June 1st
Oh, okay.
at 7 p.m. Zoom meeting of select board.
Okay, beautiful. Then that will be our next meeting. Okay, so we can put that off. The next item on our new business is a new law regarding Board of Health new regulations which affect agriculture. This is something I got an email, I think last week. Let me see if I can find it. Basically, it's a mass law that says that Board of Health must contact the Agricultural Commission to discuss any new regulations they're formulating to do with agriculture. And I can't find it. Heidi Hewitt. No, not that one. Anyways, I noticed that was in my inbox shortly after I had sent out the letter that we put, that Mary Ray wrote, and I forwarded that off to Andrea, our administrator, and she said that they were well aware of that, and so it's already, the Board of Health is already aware of the new mass law regulating any of their new regulations affecting agriculture. They have to talk to us about. Doesn't say that they have to agree with us, we don't have to agree with them, but they're supposed to let us know of any new laws that would be affecting agriculture. And I just wanted to, I put it on the agenda so I didn't forget to mention it. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay. So then the last new business is the review and approve flyer to advertise for and promote the Agricultural Commission. Mary Ray again.
Woo! I did email it to all you guys on your town email if you want to take a look at it. And then I can explain kind of the stuff we're going through, Chris and I, any issues we're having and stuff like that. And he even created us a little logo. I don't know, if you pulled it up too, you might be able to share your screen, Matt.
No, fortunately, I use a tablet to do
Okay.
this, and they're not connected, or I'm not smart enough to make them connected. Put it
I
that way.
wonder what
get-
happens if I hit this. Host disabled, participant screen sharing. Oh, okay, never mind.
I didn't
well,
get, I didn't get the email.
let me see if I can enable it. Enable live transcript.
I didn't get that email.
You didn't get the email, Ryan? I
No.
got it.
What was the date on it? Is it
Oh.
today? Or yesterday?
Today.
You just sent it. Yeah.
An update. Nope.
Enable live transcript. That's CC closed captioning. I don't think that meeting settings. So are you sure it's not giving you an option to do that, Mary Ray?
Let me look. Host disable participant screen sharing. Yeah, I don't think I can do
So
it. I'll
maybe-
just, let me send it and just send it to Ryan instead of the group that I did. Hold on. Ryan.
Did everyone else get it?
Kira, can you get on your town email right now?
I will try. Hold on.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I just sent it, Ryan. Matrix.
Nothing.
You have a different, I'm typing in.
Is it our
It's
server?
ours. Yeah, at lunenburgonline.com.
I got your other ones. M. Holman. I got the other ones back in like March and April or March.
Let me try typing it in instead of clicking it. Just over at Lunenburg. Try that. Watch tomorrow morning. You're gonna get all 6 of
I'm
them.
gonna get them all. It happens at work.
I got the photo in the email.
Was that a yes, you got it, Kira?
I got it.
Jorge
I tried
get
to.
it?
But I'm on my phone. And I'm not very good with that stuff.
I'm on it. I keep refreshing. I don't get it.
Let me,
I just sent you a test one.
oh, okay.
I would get it if you
I
can
see
put
it.
it in the mail. That's the only way I'd get it.
2.
I can screenshot it and text it to you.
Oh, that would work.
Hold on.
Otherwise, I just chisel it on stone and send it to me.
Hold on. I got you and Tina in a group text. I'll send it to the 2 of you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
She's just at the hospital. She doesn't care.
Well, maybe she wants to see it. You won't show it to her.
Perfect. Careful, because she's drawing blood in the lab. Don't make her slip.
Well, she shouldn't have her phone while she's drawing blood.
Probably doesn't.
Ryan, I'm trying to send it to you.
I got it.
You can text it to me if you can text it to me.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
We'll just have to zoom in.
It's fine.
Okay.
We really should do something with helping people, like in the community, we got the farmers market up and running so nice, to bring the community together. We should do something to help people learn how to farm. Like if they want to grow vegetables or do something, raise chickens, like get involved with just helping people somehow.
Yeah.
This thing just reminded me, it looks really good.
Yeah, other towns do like community events like that at their libraries and stuff like that, but I doubt we're gonna be able to do anything like that anytime soon.
Well, I mean, we've got the governor telling us, well, you can ditch your masks if you're vaccinated. There, I don't, and other towns have been holding public meetings in person. And I don't know who has the final say so, but I think that it would benefit everybody, mask wearers and non-mask wearers, outside, to be able to have somewhat of a normal market again. I mean, I'd like to get the alpacas back. I don't know what the managers have found out about the regulations about that. But I'd love to get the alpacas back. We had an inquiry about somebody wanted to bring goats. We had goats 2 years ago. Hopefully I'll have some hatchlings, so some ducks and some geese. You know, I'm sure I'm not the only one. There's plenty of people around that have babies, and baby anything is cute. That's what farming is about. Farming is hands-on, and so I'm all for getting back to some sense of normality in that regard. But the flyer, I don't know how many people actually have been able to see it.
I got it.
Looks awesome. I love that.
So well, I'll tell you what's accurate and what's not accurate on here. So the encouraging the continued pursuit of agriculture, all that's from the town website. Then I had him put on the brought to you by the 2021 Agricultural Commission. I was hoping to somehow find if it's possible. If not, we can put a picture or something else here. The agricultural statistics, those are not accurate to Lunenburg, but some just examples of like what we could put there if we wanted to do like locally private owned farms, or even we could do how many acres in Lunenburg are farmed, or how many farms are in Lunenburg, just like some fun special statistics to the town. And then, or like even something, how long has the Ag Commission been, has Lunenburg had one, or how long has Lunenburg had a farmer's market, or just fun things like that. If you guys have any examples and answers that we can put. Then the pictures on the right are not obviously Lunenburg pictures. We're having trouble with all the pictures that farmers have sent me being the correct pixel size for printing and the correct resolution, that it won't show up grainy when we print it. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, I'm going to try and put what we can that'll look good from farmers that I've gotten. Chris and I haven't gotten that far of going through what pictures yet, but that's just a backup, is finding more. And I told him that like the two, like to find, if we had to use generic pictures from one of his things, to find more New England based ones. But we're going to try our hardest to get pictures from farmers in town that will fit and look good printed. This is just the outside of the fold. The inside is just going to be a big list of farms in town and retail, ones that have retail operations that people can go visit. I don't know what we're not going to put business cards or logos just for time's sake. And I don't want anyone to feel left out if they don't have something like that where their farm doesn't have a logo, it's just listed. What do you guys think about just putting, what do you guys want to see on the inside? Do you just want to see a farm name, and then, or do you want to have like an address, contact information? Do you want to have a little list of what they offer, or keep it short and sweet and just say like retail location or something like that? Or do you think people, when they open this up, are going to then go Google the farm and figure out where their address is, or look them up on Facebook? Like, what do you think is short and sweet to put for each farm that people are gonna get?
I think less words will be more enticing, you know, when people
Okay.
want something bold. I mean, we can put the dates of the market.
Okay.
Maybe with like a catchy
Yeah, that's
line.
on the inside too.
come see some of Lunenburg's finest, something catchy. To put a list of all the retail farms is going to be, like you said, we don't want to forget one. And then, yeah, it's kind of.
I have a list going if you guys want me to read it to you to see if we're forgetting anyone.
Oh, Mary Ray, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, Cherry Hill's all set. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I totally forgot about that, didn't I?
So how many do you have, Mary Ray?
Let me pull it up. And that's the other thing we came to, because we also looked at pricing for printing and quantities and stuff like that. I think we should keep it on the lighter side because it is changing. I even looked at the list that I have for the farms, and some have already.
Oh, could you
Moved out of
send them
town.
in that flyer, Mary Ray? That website, not website, what's that Facebook thing you did? The local farms in Lunenburg
Yeah.
thing?
The,
Why could
the-
we put that in the flyer and just tell people to go to that? And then they'll see the list of all the farms?
We could. I'm just worried about, we might, if we did that, we wouldn't have, because right now it's not a tri-fold, but it's gonna fold, I think, 4 times. And on the inside, the 2 middle, were gonna be all the farms. And then we were gonna have a whole side on the inside for the farmer's market, all that information. And I think we were gonna leave one side to just pictures of Lunenburg. So I'm worried about filling up the brochure if we don't list any farms. Right
Okay.
now, I have Big Head Fred's Maple Syrup, Cherry Hill Farm, Dick's Market, Flat Hill Orchards, Flatstone Farm, Hidden Warren Homestead, Highland Farm, In the Meadow Farm. I still have Jacobson's Farm on here. I don't know if you guys have any information on that. Lanny Orchards, Low Places Ranch,
I think
Maple
Warren's
Crest.
moved.
Okay, Maple Crest Farm has since moved.
Yeah.
Oak Tree Homestead. And then I just saw on Facebook the other day that Steve Parker is no longer farming, so I can take him off.
Yeah.
Shagbark Farm, I looked up their Facebook, but it wasn't very current. Not sure if they're still in town. Snow Place Farm, Stillman Dairy Farm, and then Whitmar's.
Yeah, I think Warren's moved.
Yeah, Hidden Warren is no longer.
Okay, let me take.
Shagbark's still around. Shagbark's still down the street. Tom's still
Okay.
around.
Jacobson's.
Jacobson's.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. They do.
No,
They
Did
do
you
the
guys say
Sunday.
Hidden
Yeah, they do the
Hidden
Sunday.
Warren Homestead?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was better.
Okay, so I'm gonna take them off.
but
And then,
Jacobson's is on Howard Street, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they're still.
I'm thinking of Jacobs when they had on Lancaster Ave. Jacobs.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jacobson on Howard Street. Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Okay, I was thinking the same thing Stober was thinking.
they got
So now
on
I'm-
Sundays. Sundays they have Stillwater come in and do the CSA. I think.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like a pop-up farmers market or something.
yeah, they were just there on Sunday. Do I add them?
I don't know.
I haven't seen Arthur in a long time
Well,
from Jacobs. I don't know if anyone runs into him.
I think it's Curtis Stillman that does the vegetables there. Stillwater Farm out in
Oh, Brookfield?
Hardwick or something.
Oh, Hardwood?
yeah, that rings a bell, but it is Curtis that I remember.
I think it's
Oh.
Curtis. Yeah.
Well, Jacobson Farm, though, that's Arthur Jacobson on Howard Street.
Yes,
So we still putting that one down?
Arthur and Donna. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So right now, after taking out what you guys said, I have Big Head Fred's, Cherry Hill, Dick's Market, Flat Hill Orchards, Flatstone Farm, Highland Farm, In the Meadow Farm, Jacobson's Farm, Lanny Orchards, Low Places Ranch, Oak Tree Homestead, Shagbark Farm, Snow Place Farm, Stillman Dairy Farm, and Whitmar's. I don't know if we should vote on if we include the pop-up thing.
Yeah,
I don't,
We
I feel
need
as if their main location isn't in Lunenburg, maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah, probably not.
well, I think we need to find a contact and if it takes place in Lunenburg, I think it probably should be listed. I mean, if it's physically located in Lunenburg and it's a pop-up market, so to speak, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Should we put it? Should we put it with the farmer's market and have its own bracket underneath the farmer's market and consider it that, so people don't think that they can go show up on a Monday to their store or something like that,
I don't know.
where it's more of a market than it is a stand in a way.
Yeah,
I'll reach out to her and see what her thoughts are on it, and then we can go about it next meeting, and I'll have Chris put all these farms in. Do you guys want a little blurb of what they do or just the farm names?
Well, I think for the retail, for the places that have retail, like Flat Hill and Lonnie's and whatnot, that their address should be given.
Okay,
I got it
But-
right. It's Still Life Farm Sunday Markets in Lunenburg, 1410 Lancaster Ave.
oh, still life.
because I'd love to put in, like, if we started to like kind of put brackets on the inside of this and would say we had markets, Lunenburg Farmers Market, have all the information, June to October, Sundays time, then we could do pop-up market. And if we could just get an answer from them that they're going to do it until 2022, we can print this flyer on the lesser side and just re-update it every year.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I'd like to do that if we had a market section and then did Lunenburg Farmers Market, then put Still Life Pop-Up Market, put all the information for everyone to find it there. Then we could even do on the inside with those two, with all these farms, we could do retail locations, have Lonnie's, Dick's, Flat Hill, all that stuff with their address. Then any of the places that don't, we still list them, and then maybe put an email address or a Facebook page or something for them to,
Yeah. And you,
because Jorge, you don't have like a stand, correct? But you still sell things and you still allow people to come like pick up.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So like we wouldn't want to put him there so people don't just show up where he doesn't have a store or stand, but we still want to give him the business. So maybe we could just put an email or a contact for them. Same with where's the other one? I'm getting to it. Like Highland Farm, they don't have one, correct? Flatstone Farm does not have one, but they still like do appointments and things like that.
No,
What about-
Highland Farm sells off their property. They just went through the whole crap of getting their certification.
Okay.
They sell frozen meats and other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're still doing that. I'm not sure.
Johnny's not doing a CSA anymore,
Right.
but he's still selling the meat.
But
Right.
I know,
Oh, I
Like
wonder if
Big
you
Head
could just
Fred's
put
wasn't open.
retail for like Dick's and Lonnie's and stuff. You could just put like retail stores. Cause they're
Yeah,
they're
that's
more
what-
retail.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm just gonna put the separate, like we could even get real into it and just do like roadside stands or
That's
something
what I was
like
gonna
that.
say,
because
like
there's
I'm
a few of
roadside.
those.
Jorge's kind of more, Jorge, you'd probably say you're roadside, right? Kinda?
Not really though, because unless
Oh,
he
no.
has something at the end of the driveway that someone like at 6 o'clock on a Monday night can go drop money in a box. Like,
Okay.
what's the one at the end of Goodrich? Snow Place, they're roadside.
Yeah.
Big Head Fred's right now is roadside because they're not opening this year for that. And then like Flatstone Farm, we could just put like a contact thing for that. Ryan, do you mind reaching out to Highland Farm and figuring out before we put this set in stone and print it? For next meeting, I'll have all this, the inside finished for you guys and all the contact, and then you guys can tell me how you like it, and then we can go from there.
All right. How about another idea about like categorizing them? I think it's already been talked about as far as like retail and farm stand and CSA, because some farms will clearly fit in one and not any other, and some farms would kind of fit in multiples.
Mm.
Should we use that fourth? Should we use that fourth side on the inside and do a CSA and educate people what CSAs are, and then put a list of what farms offer CSAs?
Yes, because people
Yes.
don't know exactly what a CSA is. Yep,
Yeah.
I
So we'll
think
have-
that's a great idea.
CSA on the left with a good definition, and the farms in Lunenburg that offer CSA programs. Then on
So
the
we
right,
have
we'll have the markets, and then on the inside, we'll have all the retail locations and roadside stands.
That's
Yep.
perfect. Retail, roadside, and CSA.
Yeah,
That's
good.
it. That's perfect. That breaks it up like really small. That's good. I like that.
And if
Does-
by looking at that Still Life farm, the Curtis Stillman, if his pop-up market is on Sundays from noon to 2, doesn't that
Oh,
goes against our farmers? Like, I don't know.
yeah.
Well, there's only a half-hour overlap.
It's true.
We could list them if they're okay with it, and then just put it separate from, don't put it separate from the Lunenburg Farmers Market, and then, like, you never know if someone's out and about running their errands, if they're gonna go to Lunenburg Farmers Market first and then go down to them, or vice versa.
Gotcha.
Well, obviously Lunenburg Farmers Market, you could put like bold lettering with like balloons and stuff all around it. And then theirs, you could just put really small print.
Yeah. Let's see, it's
Did I forget anyone on the list?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try to think.
it's uh
so I keep mentioning the list that we had from the 2013 discussion about starting the AgCom. And there's over 40 farms, but I've already identified at least 3 or 4 of them that aren't here anymore, and there's probably as many that are new. I did get contacted by the people, the person who purchased Hidden Warren Homestead, and they expressed an interest in both the farmers market and the agricultural commission. Unfortunately, a few months ago, and I haven't heard from them. I can reach out again. They're down the street from me. I haven't met them yet, but so that's a potential.
Who's hidden? Where's that, Matt? Who is that?
It was that was the Mayhews.
Warren Mayhew.
Oh, yes. Okay, gotcha.
Is
Yeah.
it Jennifer Duffy?
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
it was.
She's a good customer of mine. She'd be a great asset.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So all right, so now we know where she lives.
Yeah, she just got chicks. She's got a horse over there. She actually is releasing our 2 donkeys for company for her horse. And I'm not sure what else she's got going on over there.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right, so that's some great headway and good progress. And I have found, like I said, I found some data that I have from 14, 15, from like 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
That I can forward you. I've got a map with little dots on it, and I've got that's marked up. I probably should print it and clean it up a little bit before I send it to you, but I do have it, and it's got a lot of good information. It's got the farm name, the owner, the address, the email, telephone, type of farming.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, do we want to use any of that to get us the statistics, or where would we find the statistics for the front of that? And do we want to give any recognition to who started the AgCom, how long it's been involved, or any like progress that in the past the AgCom has done?
Yeah, that would probably be something that I would need to prepare. I mean, I've been involved. I was at the swearing in of the original members, and I've been in since. And I was
I
at
think
that
we
pre.
should definitely include at least the year that
Yeah.
it was started.
I mean, it'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool because Jim Latanzi pretty much started it, and now he's like right over the border of Lunenburg.
Yep,
So
Yeah.
that's kind of,
and he's still working a lot of our fields.
oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah, if you can just send me some of that stuff, Matt, and then I'll just send you guys emails through town email if I have any questions within the next month, and then I'll have another updated flyer for you guys for the next meeting, and then I will have, I want to say the printing was under $250, and that was, I think we looked up to 750 printed. And then I don't know if you guys want to start to think about where we should ask for these to be displayed. Obviously, the town hall and the farmers market, but like I'd be willing to put one in the store. I can ask Stillman's, or if we don't want to do that and just do the town hall and the farmers market, and then have a little stash on hand to give realtors and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
I'd say
mean,
all
I'll
the,
definitely put
all
one
the,
at my roadside stand, you know.
yeah,
right
all the
next
retail
to the-
places would be great. All the retail places.
Okay.
Yep.
And we can always stay on the lesser side of ordering in the beginning, and then if people start taking them, it's a hit. We can always order more. I'd rather
Right.
do less than more and waste money, especially if we're gonna keep updating it yearly or bi-yearly, whatever.
Right.
Cool.
Okay. So you mentioned posting it at businesses, and so is this a two-sided thing? We're gonna have two versions, one one-sided and one two-sided?
No, it'll be one copy, double-sided, but it'll be I forget what he said. It's not a tri-fold, it's folded 4 ways. So like I have like all the brochures and stuff at the store. I keep in those plastic holders that stand them upright. I have extras that I could hand out, or you could just lay them flat on the counter. I know like Bad Larry's does that. When you go in there, they have all the local stuff on
Yep.
the counter.
It's been over a year since I've been in Bad Larry's.
I'm there all the time.
What?
Yeah, I'd put a bunch in the stand. Absolutely. That'd be nice.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So very good job.
Yeah, good job.
Love it.
Okay. Got all this stuff about manure.
Oof.
Okay, so if that was the end of the review and discussion about the flyer, if that's the end, then all we've got is ongoing items. I moved the social media down into the ongoing rather than the new,
Mm.
and then everything else is pretty much the same. Community gardens, farm inspections, swag, bylaw references to farm size, AgCom holding land, and map of Lunenburg farms, which is kind of rolled into this new flyer thing. So that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig around. I know, well, I don't know anything for sure, but I'm pretty sure I lost the digital for that farm map that we did for Stillman's, for Cherry Hill. And that stuff is recreatable. So it wouldn't be a whole lot to recreate it, be an hour or two. So there's that. So anybody feel anything pressing, interesting, curious, informative?
I went to a farm auction, Robinson's Cheese in Hardwick. They had a farm auction a few weeks ago, and it was farm was in the family for 140 years, so it was kind of a little bit of emotions for the family. But they actually sold the farm and all the cheese making to a young couple from Northampton, so they're going to make the cheese. But it was the first time in about 3 years I've been to a farm auction. You see all the old farmers, and it actually felt pretty good. All the equipment they sold, they're still keeping like 350 acres, but it was
Wow.
yeah, it was sad to see the farm go. Susanna actually went to school with the son, but it's good to see a younger generation taking over a nice farm.
Yeah,
'Cause we've all seen the alternative of subdivisions and bad news, so it's good to see it continuing to be a farm. So
Yep.
that was kind of nice.
excellent, excellent. So 140 years is, how many generations is that? 5 or 6 or?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty nice area too.
Yeah, Hardwick is a great place. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, anybody else? So our next meeting will be June 17th, the third Thursday, and that'll be the Thursday after our first market. So our first market's the 13th, and our meeting is the following Thursday.
Cool.
We did have we did have our first meeting for the business development committee. And we're working on a flyer to send out to business owners of, not to assess their business, but things that help or maybe hurt their business being in town or whatever. And then I did get in contact with Shanina about a list for the farmer's market because they do want to include that and stuff like that. So good progress on that, and having the agriculture voices being heard and the farmers are not being forgotten on that.
Cool.
Excellent. Yes, and I'm sorry. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm sorry for having forgotten that this is the second meeting, because I knew you guys had met prior to our last meeting.
Well, the second meeting got canceled this month, which is why I forgot, but our first meeting was last month, and that's what we've been working on, is the survey.
Yes, excellent. So I think Mary Ray and I are the only two people in this commission that are involved in other groups. Is that correct?
Now, yeah. Yep.
So Stover was on sewer. So I don't think it's really worth the space on our agenda to put committee reports, but anytime, Mary Ray, anytime you have information from that Economic Development Committee that you feel is pertinent, speak right up, please. If I don't ask, just bring it up in before or after in the comments. I'm very excited about that group. I think they're going to do good things. They'll probably open some people's eyes to some things that haven't really been acknowledged before. They'll probably come up with some new ideas, hopefully. It's good.
How did the town meeting vote go for the Christmas tree farm in Steve Islet?
You know, I wasn't at town meeting, but I can't imagine they wouldn't have passed it.
Yeah, I didn't go either, so I had to have passed. I would have heard about it.
All right. So it's that time of the meeting, I guess, unless anybody's got anything else they'd like to say. Jorge.
Yeah, I have a question. I was watching this documentary and I was talking to Greg about composting. I was watching these programs where the people of the town, the food scraps, somebody came or they went to deliver them to some places, and then they converted it into compost. Is that something we can do, or try to look into it? And then maybe we can sell the compost or donate it to gardeners, and that way we can help to the environment and to the people of the town.
Yes, that is a great question. I had been in discussions, not last year, but the year before, with the town manager about different composting options. There was a couple of companies that do that, but that what you have mentioned is exactly my thought, was that we're a farming community and I don't see any reason that we couldn't do that on our own. As long as, if you're doing farming activities on your own property and you're using your own resources to make your own compost that you use, I don't think there's any regulation to that. However, if you start taking compost in from other people that you don't know where it came from, or if you start to sell it, I think that then you become open to regulations that that I'm not entirely fully aware of. And I did come across a lot of stuff that was about agricultural composting today when I was looking into the manure management. So they've kind of rolled manure into composting, as far as I could tell from my research. Because manure is a staple component of compost. And if you do it for yourself, there's no regulation that I'm aware of. But once you start offering it to other people and selling it, then there's permits you have to get, there's approvals you have to do, there's submissions and applications you have to make. But as you said, if you wanted to do it, it's not something that's it's not an unheard of topic, and there are certainly questions that can be asked to certain people, and we could look into it. Certainly, it would be, I would think it would be a decent business to have in Lunenburg if somebody went around and collected compost from homes, or if there was a drop-off spot that was available. In fact, I thought about that as something to income for my farm. It involves traffic and it involves people dumping stuff. You don't know what it is and where it came from, and it might have plastic in it. It might have metal. It might have hazardous material. You don't know.
And
And
invasives.
Yeah. And what was that?
Invasives.
Yes.
Dump it.
Well, right. I mean, you don't know, and sometimes the people that are dumping it don't know, and it's unfortunate that society is the way it is these days, that, in my opinion. Long gone are the days of everybody had a barn, everybody had animals, and everybody knew what everybody was doing because everybody's doing the same thing. It's not that way anymore. So, which is something I was thinking of just yesterday, was the 200 something farms on the original list of Lunenburg from the 1700s or the 1800s. There was 200 something of them. Every single one of them had a barn and probably a carriage house for their vehicle.
Mhm.
And then you look around Lunenburg, how many barns are left?
Not many.
Oh, it's funny with barns, because if you look at our house, our house is like the square footage is like 1835 or something like that. The barn's 4,700.
Right.
Like, because back then that's where you lived. You only came into the house to go to eat and go to bed. That was it. Your bathroom was in the barn. The outhouse was in the barn.
Yep.
Your life was in the barn.
Yep.
Crazy.
Exactly.
But people don't keep them going. I don't blame them, because it's expensive to keep barns up. And for what? If you're not using a barn, there's no point in having one.
True.
It's tough.
Very true.
But yeah, Jorge turned me on to that documentary. Go on Netflix. Everybody should watch it. Kiss the Ground. It's really good about how we over-till the soil and everything, and how farming is going back to the old age of, keeping the ground tighter and keeping all the carbon and stuff in the ground. It's a really, really good documentary.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Cool.
Anything else? If there's nothing else, then I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I have to ask one quick question. Do you
Certainly.
have, where would I find the information or permits, all that good stuff, to be able to put a cooler in the LPR store to sell eggs and maybe meat or something like that?
I would suggest you ask Andrea and
Okay,
the Board of Health.
okay,
Ask her if, well, see, the only reason I say that is because that's an existing business and
Yep.
it's gonna be different than,
like a roadside egg stand or something.
yeah, because
Okay.
roadside farm stands are protected by the right to farm. Whereas I don't think that would apply to the ranch, but it might, I don't know.
I
And-
think you can sell eggs and honey without anything, but I think if you have meat, you need some permit.
Cool.
I don't know, we sell eggs at the farmer's exchange and they didn't say we needed anything. We have eggs, honey, and maple syrup.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the only thing is meat with a refrigerator. The refrigerator has to be inspected for a certain temperature. Other than that, yeah, it's just meat is the biggest thing.
Okay, thank you.
I think
Yep.
someone from the town just comes and checks all of our stuff. Like we have some guy check our scale. Someone, they come and inspect everything like every couple months on their own.
Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Super. So if there's nothing else, then I'd be looking for that motion.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
Okay, so 8:05, there's been a motion to adjourn. We'll have to do a roll call vote. All in favor? Mr. Stober,
Aye.
Mr. Marzuka,
I,
Ms. Holman,
Aye.
Mr. Burns.
Aye.
Excellent. No, I'm not gonna ask. Almost. Excellent. So, and an aye for myself. So I have done it officially, and so that's it. Thank you guys. And I look forward to seeing you next month, either at the market or at the meeting. Or anytime in between.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Have fun.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Have a
See
good
ya.
night.
Bye, guys.
Jorge, I'll email you.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.